Alright, 100 Statute 1716, Public Law of 99, 499, October 17, 1986. Title 4, Pollution Insurance. Definition. Issued in this title, insurance determined insurance being the primary insurance successor, insurance reinsurance, surplus line insurance, any other agreement shifting and distributing risk with a determined insurance with the applicable state or federal law. Pollution liability determined permanent. Pollution liability means the liability insuring a rising of the release of the hazardous substance pollutant or contamination. Risk retention group. The term risk retention group means a corporation or other limited association taxable as a corporation insurance company formed under law of the name of the state. A, whose primary activity consists of assuming and spreading all of the any portion pollution liability of the group members, which B, which is organized for the primary purpose of conducting activity described in subparagraph A, which is chartered or licensed for the insurance company authorized and engaged in business insurance under law of any state, which does not exceed any of the person membership of the group solely to provide membering such group with a competitive advantage over the person purchasing group. The purchasing group meaning with any group that has one of the one at the purpose of the purchasing pollutant liability insurance for the group of the basis state with the state with any state of the United States of the District of Columbia, Commonwealth of Puerto Rico, Guam, and American Samoa, the Virgin Island, Commonwealth of the Natural Marinas, any other territory to possess any other which of the United States jurisdiction. Section 402, State laws and scope of the title. State laws. Nothing in the state shall, and nothing in the South constructed in an effort of the toward the law of the law governing interpretation, insurance contract of any state with the definition pollution liability insurance under state law shall not be applied for the purpose of the title, including recognition, qualification, risk retention group of the purchasing group, scope to have the authority of the offer to provide insurance under the title shall be limited to coverage pollutant liability risk, and title does not authorize risk retention group of the purchasing group to provide coverage of any other line of insurance. Section 403, risk retention group exemption. Exceptions provided in the section, risk retention group shall accept the following a state law rule, but the other which made it unlawful to regulate the directly and indirectly operating risk of retention group of any state law rule ordering required permits of the risk retention group to participate in any sort of insolvency quality guarantee association which insurance or life in the state that is required to belong state law rule which other requires any insurance policy of the risk retention group and any other member of the group to countersign by an insurance agent or broker residing in the state law rule other which otherwise discriminates against the risk retention group of any of the members. Exemption. State law is generally applicable to nothing in subsection A shall be constructively applicable to the state, and the law is generally applicable person corporation state of the which risk retention group is the charge of the may be regulated with the formulation and operation of the group. State regulation not subject to the exemption subsection A shall not apply with the state law with require the risk retention group to do any of the following: comply with the uniform claim settlement practices of the law, pay on a non-discriminated basis applicable to premium other taxes, alleviated administrative insurance with the surplus of the line insurance brokers policy holders under the laws of the state. Participate in a non-discriminating basis any of the mechanisms themselves authorized under the law of the state with equitable apportionment among the insurers, pollution liability insurance loss at the expense of the incurred with the policy written with such mechanism. Submit with the appropriate authority report other information required and licensed insured under the laws of the state relating to solely pollution liability insurance loss expenses. E. Register with and designate the state insurance commissioner as an agent solely with the purpose of the receiving the service, the level of legal documents process. Furnish upon request of the commissioner a copy of the official report with the submit with the risk retention group of the commissioner charting and licensed jurisdiction. G. Submit examination, state license and insurance with the state insurance commissioner with the state with the group of the doing some business to determine the group of financial condition of the commissioner have the reason to believe the risk of the retention group finally employee impaired condition and the commissioner jurisdiction in which the group of the charge has not begun and has refused to initiate the examination program. 8. To comply with a lawful order of delinquency proceeding commenced with the state insurance commissioner with the commissioner jurisdiction which if the group of the charge has failed to initiate the proceeding after notifying the financial impairment under subparagraph G. Application of exemptions or the exemptions specified in the subsection A to apply with the pollution liability insurance covering the risk of the retention group. A. Such group to any person with a member or any person such a member of such group at the scale of the pollution liability insurance coverage with the risk of the retention group of the program, provision insurance related, service of the management, and service of the risk retention group, and any other member of the such of the group agencies and broker statement may require the person acting as an agent or broker with the risk retention group with the license from the state, except for the state may not impose the qualification requirement with the discriminating against a non-resident agent or broker. Section 404, purchasing group. Except for the exemption provided in the section purchasing group exemption with the following state law rule order which prohibits the establishing of the purchasing group, a state law rule or order which may unlawfully with the insurer the provider the unoffered provider insurance on basis of providing purchasing group of the words member the advantages based on lawful expense for the experience is not afforded to other persons which respect the rates and policy forms and coverage of the other material matters. A state rule in order to prohibit the purchasing group of the member of the purchasing insurance on the group of the base described in paragraph 2 of the subsection. State law rules under which prohibit the purchasing and obtaining insurance group of the bases because of the group that has not been existing for a minimum period of time because of the name of the member not belong with the group for the minimum period of time. State law rule order which requires the purchaser group to have the minimum number of the members in common ownership of the affiliations in legal form. A state rule and order which requires that a certain percentage of the purchasing group must obtain insurance on the group basis. A state law rule order requires the insurance policy issued purchasing group of any member of the group co-signed an insurance agent broker residing state. With the state law order rule order otherwise discriminate against the purchase group and any other members. Application exemption specified in subsection A. The following pollutant liability insurance comprehensive general liability insurance include the coverage and provide with the purchasing group and any of the person member of the purchasing group the sale of any one of the following purchasing group or a member of the group. The pollution liability insurance comprehensive general liability coverage insurance related services management services. Agents of the broker's estate may require a person in the active offering to act as an agent or broker of the purchasing group without the offer obtain a license of the state, except for the state may not impose the qualification requirement of discriminate against the non-resident agent broker. Section 405, applicable security law. The ownership of the member of the risk retention group shall consider the exempt security for the purpose of the Section 5 of the Security Act of 1933, the purpose of Section 12 of the Security Exchange Act of 1934, security proposed for the provision Section 17 of the Security Act 1933, provision Section 10 of the Security Exchange Act of 1934, Inventory Company Act of the Risk Retention Group shall not consider the inventory investment company for the purpose of the Investment Company Act of 1940, and Blue Sky law of the owner shall enter the purpose of a member of the Risk Retention Group shall consider the security of the purpose of any of the state Blue Sky law, and then Section 211 show the Department of Defense Environmental Restoration Program General Title 10 United Code amended by residing in Section 2701, Section 272.1, and by inserting after Chapter 159 and following new chapter. Alright, Chapter 160, Environmental Restoration.